welcome back to another video. So basically it's like a super quick video of how to put pockets to your skirts. That is not how you say that. How to add pockets to your skirts. This video I'm making mostly to help out some of my friends from my craft call group. We basically have this group of people who get together and craft together. It's like a virtual thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And I thought that maybe other people might find this helpful as well. I have very often been asked about my skirt wearing. I find skirts more comfortable and more like they make me feel good and they make me feel pretty and happy, and they also are more comfortable for me. They're easier to hide when you're bloating. They don't hurt my joints and my knees specifically because they're not tight. If I have weight fluctuations, I find skirts easier because most of my skirts sit at my waist, and my waist is like not a measurement that's gonna fluctuate as easily as like your stomach or your legs or thighs or whatever. So I find that is another bonus. I just find that they give me more movement and they just make me feel comfortable. I can add more layers underneath. And when it's cold, the lack of pockets makes skirts a little bit annoying because you want to put your hands in your pockets or you want to put stuff in your pockets and you don't have pockets. So I find that adding pockets to my skirts is a way to fix that. This is a really easy stuff. It's just more fidgety and like finicky because it's like an awkward placing. It's easier when you're making skirts from scratch because you have two pieces of fabric that are like not together and then you're gonna sew them together, whereas when you're adding pockets you don't want to undo the whole seams. So that's the only thing, is like you're working with a smaller space, but it's really easy and all you need is really a straight stitch. I'm showing you how to do this with a sewing machine, but if you don't have a sewing machine you can just use your normal hand stitching. You'd probably just take longer, and I think you'd probably do a back stitch. I'm not really familiar with a lot of hand sewing techniques and terms because I don't do that much hand sewing. So let's get into the video. Step 1, make a pocket pattern. This I got from another pattern for a skirt and I just copied it. You want your hand to fit in there comfortably. This, you need one straight edge where you're gonna be sewing that onto your seam, and then basically your hand goes in like that. So it doesn't have to have this shape. You can just do it at a square or whatever you want. So it doesn't, this is just what I have. I'm gonna use some of this. This is just like a cotton. This used to be pillowcase, I'm pretty sure. I hope I have enough of this. I don't think I do. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna make it, I'm just gonna cut that out. There's like a tiny bit missing, but whatever. We're just gonna YOLO it. I have my fabric folded over twice so that I can cut 4 pieces in one go. Because you need 4 pieces for pockets. Unless you only wanna make 1 pocket, and then you only need 2 pieces. So, pin that down. I'm gonna use my rotary tool, but you could just use fabric scissors. I'm just gonna use this because it's quicker. So if you have folds like I do, cut on the fold. You wanna cut through that. Now, you put that away, and you have 4 pieces of fabric cut to that size. This is the skirt I'm going to be adding pockets to. I did not make this skirt. I need to change the zipper as well, but we'll just do that another day. Let me turn this inside out, actually. It's easier to see. So this has side seams, and that's where I'm going to be making my cuts. So I'm just gonna guesstimate where I want those to go. But about there, so that's 8.5 centimeters. So let's measure. So I want to cut 8.5 centimeters from the waist. Let's just do an even 9 just so it's easier. And that's like 3.5 inches, I think. Put a pin there. And then we have to measure this. So it's gonna go there. And we're gonna put a pin at the bottom of that. And that is how big I need my opening to be. So let's just repeat that on the other side. It's easier if you wear the skirt or dress, you put your hand like where you want it to go and you mark that. But because I've done this a bunch of times, I can just kind of guesstimate where I want my pockets to go. Also, I wear skirts like literally every single day, so I know where my pockets fall. So now I've marked what I need to basically seam rip. And let's do that. Get our seam ripper. If you don't have a seam ripper, you can also just use scissors. But I do have a seam ripper, so in this case, because this has been overlocked, I need to rip both of those seams. So this is gonna be fun. Overlocking is great when you're making clothes. It's annoying when you're taking clothes apart. Now you can remove these threads that are annoying as hell and that look like boogers. Okay, so now here's what we do. You need 2 pieces of fabric. This doesn't really matter because both of them are the same, but what you want to do is you are going to go, you can remove these pins now. You're going to pin these right sides together. So the straight edges with each other. So probably easier if you go in that way. So you pin right sides together. You pin that there. So we're going to do that to both sides. It's a small world after all. Now you're going to sew each of these individually, obviously, otherwise you would not get a pocket hole. Make sure to backstitch. That's what we have right now. We have a hole and 2 bits of fabric. So from the outside, this is what it's going to look like. If you are going to be super profesh, you would iron these seams open, but I cannot be bothered to go and get my iron, so we're just going to schmooze over that bit, but you can always iron them later. So now you're going to sew the actual pocket together around. Make sure to match it up. Match the seams, very important, otherwise it will be wonky. Pin that together. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna sew all that around. Okay, so now you've got your pocket sewn closed. So if you were to stick your hand in the skirt, you have a pocket. Here now, if you want, you can cut away some of the seam allowance, but I'm not going to because I don't have that much. You can also finish this seam with a zigzag stitch or an overlocker if you want. I'm not going to because I'm lazy. And this fabric doesn't really fray that much. Anyway, so now you've got this tiny little gap here between the pocket and where you finished opening up the seams of the skirt, or where they may have like come open a little bit more after you were, you know, sewing the pocket in. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna lay these seams flat and I'm just gonna sew that little bit closed on both sides, and that's it basically. Then you have a pocket. Make sure to backstitch this bit really well so it doesn't come undone in the future. That is literally it. You have a pocket. Now you could finish these seams by zigzagging or overlocking them. You could also put like bias tape or whatever. I'm just gonna leave them as is because I still do need to finish the other side of the pocket, and also I need to change the zipper on this. When you turn this over, pocket. You cannot see it like that. You can barely see it, but there it is, a little pocket. But yeah, you could obviously not use contrasting fabric. I used this just because I didn't have any black fabric, so I thought I would go for yellow because there's yellow in these flowers, and I like yellow. So yeah, so now basically you do the same thing on the other side and you're done. Okay, so that's it. That's the finished thing. I do need to fix that zipper on that skirt though, because yikes, it needs fixing. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't like, it's a little bit different from what I usually do, but I'm trying to try new things because of reasons. If you did enjoy that video, please leave it a like and a comment, and consider subscribing to my channel if you have not done that already. It would mean so much to me. That is it. That is everything I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.